Hi everyone, welcome to video 3. This video I'm going to mainly talk about formatting, and in the last videos we did do a little bit about the clipboard and the format painter, which is part of formatting, but the formatting I'm going to talk about, we did touch on the font formatting, but I'm going to speak about the 3 items under home, which is font, alignment and number. I spoke last time that if you want the file menu, you go Alt F. So if I go Alt F, I get the file menu, and all the items, all the relevant selections from I, N, O, S, A, as I'm going down this list, P for print, H to share, and all these items are available under File. I further then showed that the home key, which is the one I'm in now, the home option, is Alt H. And when I go Alt H, it brings up the home menu bar with the home menu with its button bar and the short keys to get there. We then saw that FN is font, FA is alignment, and FM is numbers. So I can to format something, I can go Alt H FA, for example, which brings up the format cells dialog box under alignment. So the format cells dialog can be brought up by Alt H, oops, and I formatted this previously, so that's why it's in red. I'll undo that now. Alt H FA, which in this case, and I'm going to quickly undo the, let's do automatic, there it is the alignment. And I have font and I have number. I have a couple of other ones, but I'll show you that just now. Not shown, the other ones that I'm talking about are not shown in the top here, but the Alt H FA is the font. Let's make it FN. So I copied it from the top for numbers, and Alt F Alt H FM for numbers. So if I go Alt H FA, I get the format dialog box under the alignment tag. You see that format dialog box, format cells, and I made a mistake. I should have said format cells dialog box. And under FA, I chose alignment. If I do the same with FN, Alt H FN, I get the format cells dialog box under the font tag. And the 3 that I was talking about is border fill and protection. There is no border fill and protection here, but it is under the format cells dialog box, which comes up in these three options. So the last one is this one, Alt H FM, brings up the format cells with the number tag, and those are the 3 options. Now I'm going to show you an easy way. So under the FN, there is also a shortcut as Control Shift F. That's the same thing that comes up. So Control Shift and F also brings up the format cells dialog box in the font section. So instead of going Alt H FN, you can go simply Control Shift F. And the last one that I'm going to show you is Control 1. And Control 1 brings also that box. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Control 1 brings up the format cells dialog box, but in the last, so if I go to, let's say, border, and I close it, and I do Control 1 again, it comes up in the Format Cells dialog box with the last selection I chose, border in this case, which is not a big problem because I can, if I wanted to go to font or alignment, I can use my left or right arrow keys and I can go to either number, alignment, font, or back to border, or fill, or protection. So you can choose which tag you want. So the easiest one is Control 1, and that brings up actually all of them, and you can choose, so the font, alignment, number, and you can choose the other three, which is border and fill and protection. I have prepared another sheet, so I'm going to go to that, and here I have given you a view of all the shortcuts. So file is Control is Alt F, home is Alt H, and to get to font you go Alt H FN, or Alt H FA to get to alignment, or Alt H FM to get to numbers. The other one I showed was Control Shift F, which brings exactly the same this dialog box, but in the font. So in the font we have the area, the font name or font family, the size, the increase and decrease of the font, bold, italics, underscore. In the last video I showed that there's shortcuts for bold, Control B. I showed that's Control I for italics and Control U for underline. Then there's the border. So the item that I showed, Control 1, this border shows the same possibilities, and it doesn't look the same, I must admit, as what you would do under borders. So I can have all sorts. I can have a thick border, and I can do all sorts of things with a cell or range of cells by selecting this option. Then Alt HFA alignment, which we saw, and the FM to do the numbers. Then I've got the next shortcut. So Control Shift F brings up this option, which is the same as FN, or I can go Control 1, which is the same dialog box, but in the last selected option. So I selected border last time. When it comes up, it comes back to border. But using my left and right arrow keys, I can quickly go and pick whatever I need. That is the shortcut keys as far as the formatting is concerned. I then go to the next item. So if I take a cell or a range of cells and I right click that item or those items, I get a mini toolbar, and the mini toolbar is a collection of all of these, but the most used ones. So in the mini toolbar, if I go right click, you see that comes up. I've made a picture of it. So it's got the font family, which is the font family in this case is Arial, came up. The font size, which is next to the font family, which is 12. They then have the increase and decrease of the font, which are these two items. It's got the most used ones are the bold and italics, which are these two, the bold and italics. You can see here that there is no underline, but I showed you that Control U is underlined, so you don't really need it as such. It then has the center. So this one here is when you center your context, the left aligned and right aligned are not in the mini toolbar, but you can center. Most of the time you want to center your information in a range or a cell. You then have these two, the background of a cell, of a range of cells, and the font color. So you can change the font color. You then have in F1 we have the border, so you can set the borders. You can set the thickness of the line style. You can check the color. You can set where the border must come. you can have none, you can have outline, you can have all these items which are also available in border. So if I go right click and I choose border, I have all these items available to me. So I can make it a thick border, and there it is. I can take the same selection and say center it for me, and that's so all in the mini bar. I have all these items available to me. Then further to the right we have the formatting of accounting, which is in the number formatting. This is not a number, so I can't do that in this selection, but you can format it as accounting, format it as percentage, and format it as comma, which means it puts 2 decimal places and a 1000 separator. You can then, in the alignment side, you have the merge and center, which is this button in the mini toolbar, and you can also in the number formatting you can increase and decrease the decimal places. The last thing available here is the format painter, which is not in these three but in the clipboard part of the formatting, and there's the format painter. We went through that in the last videos, and that is basically what I can say on formatting. The last thing that I would like to show is if I go into a range of cells, I can go Control 1, go to Fill, and here we see, for example, patterns. So you see a little line underneath P, so I can go Alt P and select a pattern, and I can select that pattern and select, let's go okay on that one, and now I have selected the pattern in the range that I have selected. Control, by the way, the selection, so I've made this selection. I can go right click, bring up the mini toolbar and say I want a background of this color. I can, the trick I showed last time, I can copy nothing, so Control C copy and put it into the range that I've selected and go like this and press enter. I've now copied nothing into the cells that I've selected. And so to here I can copy this, but now I want to keep the name, so I can go in there and go, I want to paste special, so I'm going to go Alt H, and here I see V for paste, V, and in V I see the S at the bottom, yeah, and I go S, and I get my paste special dialog box, which we went through in previous videos, and I can say I want to paste the formats. Now I copied nothing, so when I paste the formats only, I'm going to paste nothing, and I've taken away the center, the box, and I think I did the color as well, so everything is now back to normal. And that is basically everything in this lecture that I'm going to mention about formatting. You can in coming videos I'm going to do an interactive one where we're going to do this, where we're going to have half the screen what I do and half the screen what you're going to do. But I wanted to go through what formatting does. Maybe the next lecture we'll do an interactive video. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.